I'm not the bubble. I'm not the bubble. I'm the pin. I'm not the bubble. I'm the pin. I'm not the bubble. I'm the pin. I'm not the bubble. I'm not the bubble. I'm not the bubble. I'm the pin. 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 A Bitcoin bull is all I got left. Sold my house, gold no less. Was a circling, hollow hands. This man's stronger than the average man. I'm not the bubble, I'm the pin. I'm not the bubble, I'm the pin. I'm not the bubble, I'm the pin. I'm not the bubble. I'm not the bubble. Day the markets take another day to restart and refuel this moon boy ship. My dreams may be futile, but it's you say, well, my dreams may be.
And welcome to today's episode. Today we're here with Michael and Corey. Welcome, guys.
Hey,
Hello.
Thanks for having us, Anders.
Hopefully everyone can hear us. Let me know if sound is okay, since this is live and everything. So this announcement was that we are here with Michael, but now we also join with Corey. So let's start there. Who are you, Corey? And for those who don't know, by the way, the song you just heard, you already heard the voice of this guy.
Yeah, so I'm the singer, dude. Where to start? So I've been a musician for a long time, like as a career. It was my main job for close to 15 years, doing cover gigs. Released a little album a long time ago, and obviously with COVID there hasn't been any gigs for a little while. And I'd kind of slowed down on it anyway, right? Like I've been working in the crypto space and in the podcasting space for a couple of years, and just sort of moving away from music was the absolute passion of my life for a long time, and just kind of there wasn't really anywhere to go in it from where I was, so I wasn't really paying attention to it. And then I met the dude down there, that guy. And it was through doing Chirpcast, right? I started a podcast to promote the community around chirp.la, which is the social media platform that some friends of mine and I are building out, and interviewed him about this music NFT thing. Super fascinated by the whole idea, and through that conversation I let him know, like, I'm a musician. I'd love to do something. Actually, I think Blue, you were the one who suggested it, and I was like, yeah, sure. I don't know, you can send me something, I'll play something on it. And he sent me over some tracks, and I literally just kind of fiddled around with it, and did like some really, really quick stuff, and sent it over to him. And I got to tell you, like, I'm pretty good at what I do, and I don't mind saying that. Blue's stupid good at producing. It's ridiculous, because like I sent him just some one takes, right? Most people do like multiple takes at a time or whatever. I just sent him like the equivalent of somebody just doing a doodle, and he turned that into what you guys were just listening to. And I'm telling you, like, I'm pretty good. Blue's stupid good at the production stuff. Just wait till you guys hear the Wildflowers thing that we did, because it's a whole other level. So yeah, now, I mean, I'm telling you, I told my wife yesterday, and Blue, I didn't even tell you this. Like I this is a 2.0 full restart of my music career. Like, I am thinking about music, almost more than I'm thinking about anything else. And I got a lot of irons in the fire, as it were. But yeah, I'm suddenly completely and totally passionate about what we might be able to do in this space, artistically, career-wise. Obviously connected to the Uplift charity stuff, really, really speaks to my heart as well. So it's just like, it's a win-win-win situation. And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming from.
And that's beautiful. And something that you said right now is that you're amazed by Michael's production skills. And actually, since this is an AMA, that is actually one of the questions from the AMA. So they want to know, Corey asked Swift Places. I don't know what happened there.
Sorry.
Michael, where did you learn to produce music, and where did you acquire this skill?
Gosh, I lived in LA for probably about a cumulative, because I moved to LA out of the Marine Corps. I was in the Marine Corps, got out of the Marine Corps, and I grew my hair long, moved to LA, and got into acting, got into music, and started playing. I played the guitar as a young kid. Then, girls and video games came along, so I put the guitar down. But then later, I picked it back up and started writing music when I was in LA. And it was country. It was coming out of me, country, right? For whatever reason, it was just, this is country, right? So then I started going to, I was hiring these like home studio. Well, one in particular is a guy who had a studio out of his apartment. So I'd go to his house and he'd produce my songs, right? My country songs back then. And so I was just amazed by it, and I started taking notes. And then I bought this dual tape recording stuff, and was making really bad home recordings, which I thought were awesome, right? But in hindsight, they just sucked. But anyways, so I've been doing it many years. Then I upgraded to these Roland VS880s, and then into, Pro Tools, and now I'm using a combination of Pro Tools, but mostly I'm using Logic Pro. It's been several decades of just learning and growing, and I'm a YouTube university goer, so anything from video editing to, it's a common story. I think anybody that's using the internet these days, if you want to learn something, you just go to YouTube and type it in. And so that's been my school for a long time. And, anything I want to learn, I just go to YouTube, and just experimentation and happy accidents. Like, some of my best things are just happy accidents that I just left in, right? Like, oh, that was screwed up, but hey, I like that.
Hey, there's a lot of things that has happened on accident, like penicillin and things like that are game changers. So
True.
You're not alone there, and I think it's great that we can do something by mistake that actually turns out great. So that is good. So today we are here for Uplift Art, and before we go into that, up here above me, you can see a banner that is rolling. For anyone that can read here, if you can do that, you can just share this video on Twitter. Use the hashtag AnyoEX. That's its Anyo experience, as an Anyobservation experience, as the name of this channel and podcast and everything. And then Uplift AMA. Use those two hashtags, and you will be able to be part of this giveaway of crates from today. So that is nice, and we will send it out depending on how today's chat goes. It might be during the chat or after the chat, depending on how long we will be on for this, because we have a bunch of questions, and if anyone has more questions, just add them in the chat and we will try to dig through as many as we can.
Hey, and one thing before we go on to those questions, to clarify, because I'm getting a lot of it in the Telegram, is that the community promo crates that have been given out over the last week or so, those are for one, to thank the community, to grow the community, and to bring awareness to what we're doing in the project. Those community crates, we're going to have an event in December around Christmas time where those assets will be used. Those assets and those community crates are not part of what's happening on the 15th. That's its own little ecosystem. The burn upgrade mechanics are only for those crates and those assets. The community drop crates are designed for December, Christmas time. So, if you haven't gone to Uplift Art and filled out the notification, you're going to be getting all kinds of great things and feedback from us over the next couple of days and weeks.
Yeah, but that's great. So let's just start with the most basic question. what is Uplift Art? Why are we here? And what happens on the 15th?
Great question. So Uplift Art, it basically is what spawned and evolved out of Uplift Nation, which is a young fledgling 501c3 that was basically coming out of the 4-year adoption process in Haiti, international adoption. We adopted a 9-year-old girl from Haiti. She's been home with us now for about 4 months now. And through that process, going to Haiti, I saw a need where blockchain could really help and elevate the charitable space, because it's obvious that money has been mismanaged down there by community centers that are locked up and falling apart, that money was spent on. To you look around, you go, where the hell is that money spent, right? It certainly wasn't this part of town. So going back after that, and I had a bunch of, still do a bunch of group blockchain buddies. We said, hey, let's build a charity on the blockchain, transparent, and accountable. So going through that and then learning how the charitable space works, the whole charity thing model is just completely broken, right? They expect, if you think of a charity organization, you immediately think of everybody working for free or close to free. You've got struggling artists running the charities, trying to raise money with no budget. You got a revolving door of people coming in and out because they're not getting paid what they're worth. So they go find another job in the for-profit sector. So these charities, they don't get the funding because, one, they don't have longevity with rock star talent. They can't acquire rock star talent because they don't have the budgets for it. So after starting Uplift Nation and seeing how charities are kind of looked upon, and it's just expected that if you have a charity, everybody in the charity is starving, right? They're just living off the love in their heart. So I said, how can I disrupt the charitable space and empower it to where you can have rock star talent and everybody can win? The cause wins, the cause gets what it needs, the people running and building the charity wins, and the community wins. And that's where Uplift Art really spawned out of that into this new type of charitable philanthropic organization where everyone wins, right? Because we've got our own bake sale, right? We got our bake sale, which is NFTs and putting, valuable collectibles on the blockchain. So we have our bake sale of sorts, which is these collectibles. So we can generate our own revenue, and we can hopefully generate enough revenue to where we can give 50% to the charity that we're working with on that particular drop. This one we're working with Haitian Roots, and it's the first one because I have a long-standing relationship with them. I trust them. I know that they are above board, and I love what they're doing. So that was an easy one for me just to get going. In the future, I want this Uplift Art to be very community centric, to where the community has a voice. They feel like they have ownership in this model. They can help steer it and guide it and direct it. And each event, and talking with the artists that we have on board, because we're going to be working with many different artists, some very high level, well-known artists will be joining our ecosystem and collaborating with us in the future. And they will help guide which charities for the, maybe it's an art college or art school in Chicago that has a really cool thing going that needs funding. Maybe it's a water project in Venezuela. Maybe it's a school program in, South Africa. This is the beginning point, but I would love to be able to expand and help communities all over the world. So that's where we're at. We're in the early stages, still defining our mission and our boundaries and in our offering. But the support that we're getting from the community is just outstanding, and it's just beautiful to witness.
Yeah, and I agree. This is a beautiful thing because if anyone is interested, Google just Haiti and charity, and you will not find a lot of beautiful articles. There's been a lot of money disappearing in that area. So making this more transparent and following up on this could be a game changer as an example as we start there. So I think it's great that you actually work on this.
Thank you.
And you have actually been there yourself. You don't have not just read about it. You said that you have experience with Haitian Roots, and we actually have questions about where this money is going from this sale, the portion, and what is up with that. So explain a little bit how they work.
Well, you can go to HaitianRoots.com and check out their website. They'll be sending out a press release here, probably right after the 15th, probably early next week. Haitian Roots has an account on Wax. It's Haitian Roots. Basically, I met Cheryl through this adoption process. They've been building schools in Haiti for years now. What is transpiring now, because of the the lockdown, supply chains have been drastically reduced. So you've taken a country that was already in a bad position and just made it worse, right? So they've got children that are coming to their schools that haven't eaten sometimes in days, right? So they're eager, they're excited, they're appreciative of the capability and the opportunity to learn. But, I don't know how many people have gone 2 days without food, but I know I have, but that was by choice. I've done fasts, and 2 days of not eating, it's kind of tough to focus on learning, right? Especially if you don't know if a meal is coming today or the next day. And there is a community member in the Uplift channel on Telegram that was in the military, and he wrote his beautiful memory. I mean, it wasn't a beautiful memory, but the way he related it was beautiful. His memory of being on the roof of the embassy, and his experience with, giving a young boy food, and an older man came and stole it from the kid, and just his experience. And you can find that in the Uplift Telegram channel because it's been highlighted.
Didn't you put it out on a video as well?
Yeah, I put it up on a video, and Blue Crypto. But reading his memory just brought back my memories and flood. It would take us literally 2, sometimes 3 hours to travel by car 10 to 12 miles to the orphanage where we were adopting Islam from. So 2 to 3 hours there, 2 to 3 hours back. Sometimes there would be a protest where they'd be burning like tires in the street. So then you'd have to find another route. Then it would turn a 2-hour trip into a 5-hour trip. The air is more filled with smoke than not most of the days. There's garbage all over the streets, and then I remember talking to my father on the phone from Haiti. Like the first time I was there for 2 weeks straight. And I think 4 days into it, I was like, Dad, I don't know what the hell I did, man. Oh, it's tough here, right? It's like, oh my God. I was in shock, culture shock, right? And I said, it takes like sometimes 3 hours in bumpy roads, smoky, stinky air. There's garbage everywhere. And he goes, well, Jesus, seems like you could just walk there faster, right? And I go, yeah, I could, but good luck getting to your destination, right? Yeah, those are streets you do not want to walk on as a Westerner, should I say. You would probably, if you don't, get abducted, then you'd probably be walking home barefoot.
Well, desperate people, they don't have enough food to feed their families. They don't have any income. It's not a safe place to walk around in.
Well, at the same time, it's a very beautiful culture. I mean, there's so much potential there. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. It really is. Just, they say hundreds of years ago, it was kind of like the Dubai of the world. It was this like retreat center that the kings and the royalty, the wealthy would go and just enjoy. It was just like this pinnacle jewel, right? And I could see how that could be, right? But because of, there's many things that created Haiti to be Haiti the way it is. It's a long story, but it's unfortunate. And I hope by our efforts, we can be some sort of, small catalyst for greater change there.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I haven't been working with any charity before. I have given some money to a few of them, but not a lot there either. Corey, what's your experience with this before joining the? Well, you joined this project by contributing with your songs and your talent.
Yeah, I mean, I was paying close attention to the first release, and picked up some of those just because the concept itself, like having an NFT, sort of like an MP3 NFT kind of thing, like having an ownable and tradable and sellable and collectible piece of music is I think a pretty serious innovation just on the business side, right? So connecting that to a mission like this is huge. I've done tons of charity gigs, right? It was my standing goal to do at least one charity show every month, which I was doing for a long time, just different charities or whatever. So it always feels good to do that, right? You want to be able to use whatever talents you have to do that. But what they've created, like the whole team at Uplift, being on the leading edge of this innovation curve in the music business, in the NFT business, in the blockchain business, but also, frankly, in the charity business, right? Like they're to what Anne Blue was talking about, charities that kind of try and operate on a shoestring budget produce shoestring results all too often, right? Not always. I'm sure there's exceptions to that, but having something that is trying to swing for the fences, go really, really big. And again, like we've produced this, I'm Not the Bubble, and we've got some other singles or whatever. And Blue's going to have big time artists with much bigger audiences, I believe, using this same kind of thing to release music and do good in the world, because it's a thing we can just do now, right? And so it's I think it's an order of magnitude or two better than any one of these things on their own, right? Whether it's music business or blockchain or charity, putting them all together is a huge deal.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a beautiful cause. Let's dig into this. We have been talking a bit. We have been showing some background, presented M Blue, where he comes from, why we're doing this. Corey, the singer, if you were here from the start, you have heard him singing. If not, you will find him in the collectible editions of the 15th release. Isn't that correct, Michael?
Yes, yeah. And also to point out about that release, the legendary collectibles up through the collector's edition, and now we actually even have a special edition above that. But all of those legendary through special are all music video NFTs. Okay. Now the legendary is instrumental, right? There's no Corey singing on that. It's just the instrumental legendary, and they're clips, right? They're shorter clips of the song. The mythic versions are also clips of the song, but with Corey in that. And then the collector's edition is the full length music video. And then the special edition, which we can define later and how that works, that's the full length extended V2 version of the song, which I think is the evolution. And Corey may agree to this. The extended V2 version is off the hook.
It really is. We got if I'm not mistaken, that's the one with my my Canadian buddy who plays drums. We got him to just kind of mess around with it a little bit, and it completely and totally changed the song. And so we made this this super kind of epic version of it. That yeah, I mean, again, like listening back to music that I've been part of recording, it's kind of always like a little bit weird, but pretty fun, right? Like you get to hear yourself or whatever. Hearing stuff that M Blue does, like I end up just like the whole time. I can't even stop my head moving. And I'm excited for everyone to hear that. And I know it's true because we have this conversation all the time. That's basically how we know we've figured out, like, okay, this is the version we need to release, is when I can't talk because I'm just yes. So yeah, it's gonna be good. And like, yeah, we should probably talk about the mint sprint now, because like the people are gonna be burning stuff left, right, and center to try and get up to those rarity levels.
They are in the question, so let's dig. What's the mint sprint?
Okay, well, the mint sprint is first of all, Jonah from Atomic Assets designed this bad boy, and so grateful for him and Fabian for what they do. They're just rock stars. So basically, what it is that we have 5 rarity levels inside the crates, which are common, through legendary. Okay. There's 25 base level art pieces, and then there's 6 levels of rarity, of variation. So the five rarity levels are inside the crates, and all of those are pre-minted. So everybody has an equal chance of getting the low mints, right? Whether you're the first in the door or last out the door, you all have the same ability to get the low mints. The mythic is earned only through the burn upgrade mechanics. So for example, if you have 10 commons, right? And they can be duplicates too. 10 commons, you can, through the upgrade mechanics, through Atomic Hub, you'll be able to group those 10, any 10 in the common level, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. They all work the same, but they have to be the same rarity level.
They see it on screen above my face right now. Yeah, so you know, Michael.
Nice. So burn any 10 and you'll get a random card from the rarity level above it, okay? Or a chance to actually win a mythic card, okay? So that's one way to play it. Another way to play it is you take all 25 of the base collections from each rarity level, all right? So all unique, no duplicates in this one. This is all 25 in that collection. Let's say it's from the rare collection. You got all 25 from the rare collection. And if you're the first one to burn upgrade those, you are the first one to get mint number 1 of the rare collector's edition full-length music video. If you're the second one in the door, you get mint number 2. The third one in, you get mint number 3. So the collector's items are the ones that are minted on demand as people upgrade to it. And that's why it's the mint sprint. So the first ones that can collect all 25 of those and then burn upgrade, they're the ones that get the lowest mints out of the gate. What's going to be really interesting, though, is a couple things. From these community crates, these are all minted on demand. So people I'm seeing are already not opening some of these crates, and they're just listing them for sale, right? So the lower mints, even higher mints, we're seeing listed for sale. But I'm suspecting over time the lower mint number crates may never be opened, and they'll just be sold as a collectible themselves, right? So it'll be interesting to see, because there's a couple other ways people can play this is just if they receive a low mint crate from the number for 15th, they can say, do I want to keep this number 3 mint of a crate, or do I want to open it and see if maybe there's something better inside, right? So it'll be interesting to see how many people just hang on to those crates without even opening them. And then, that's going to add another element of FOMO rushing in, because the first ones through the door will get the lower mints of the crates themselves. But then we'll have to see, well, who's going to open up those lower mint crates, or who's just going to, list them for sale, right? So that's going to be an interesting experiment. Another way to play it is to just buy and just hold and just watch the ecosystem, because, there can be massive amounts of these collectibles burned forever, and it just shrinks the supply over time. So in the end, maybe just buying and holding could be the best way to go, but we won't know until this all plays out. Right?
What we do know is that people like me will burn assets for sure.
Well, for me, I would want the full-length music video extended version, which is the special edition, which is given to the three users that claim the collector's edition first. So the first 3 to claim the legendary collection edition, the first 3 to collect the epic legendary, or the epic collection, the first 3 to collect rare, first 3 to collect uncommon, common. All 3 of those will each get the special edition full-length extended V2 version. And that would be the one I would want to shoot for, because it's just that damn good.
So the first 3 will get 2. Really
is.
Is that correct, Michael? The first three that upgrades the burn for the big one, when you burn all 25, the first three that does that of each rarity will get another asset, so they will get
you're
two
gonna
assets.
you're going to get the low mint collector's edition, but you're also guaranteed to get one of the first of the 15 mints of the extended V2 version.
So is that like, are those minted on demand as well? So if let's say I have all of the 25 common or all of the 25 rare, does it matter which one of them I burn? I can get number one mint of this special on either of them?
Yeah, so let me see if I'm following you. So let's say you have all 25 in the rare category, right?
Yeah.
All unique. Okay, you burn that upgrade and you're the first one to do it, then you get mint number one of the rare collector's edition. Plus, you'll get the extended version.
Will I get the mint number one of the extended if I'm first?
Well, you'll get, it goes in categories. So legendary gets the first 3 mints.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Epic gets the second 3, right? Rare. So it goes like that. So common then would be 12, 13, or so for 13,
that one 14, it wouldn't
15.
It's not the rush for just get it done as fast as possible with the common ones. So my game plan failed.
So just so I can clarify for myself, like at any level you want to burn 10 of any type and that gets you something from the next level. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then
or
also
a chance to get a mythic.
Right. And also at go ahead.
And so mythic isn't in the crates; it's only earned through upgrades.
Right. We had two seniors point in the comments: "Burn massacre incoming."
Yeah,
which is really well said. But you could take at any level. If I have the whole 25 collection, so I have all 25 cards. If I burn all of those, then I get the extended edition. If I'm like among the first 3 or whatever, like I get something from the next level. Is that kind of how it works? Or one
Correct.
of the
yeah, if you're the first 3 in any level.
Okay. Crazy pants. Okay, so what happens if in one of the 10, like if I burn 10 of the variables and then I burn 15, like if they're all unique and then I burn the next 15 after that, like does it sort of catch up as it goes? Like can I burn each one as I get them, and then once
you'd have to burn them in a group. So
okay, it all happens.
You got to destroy. What's my strategy? Okay, I want to go for the upgrade to the next level plus a chance for a mythic. So this is what my strategy is. I'm going to get 10. They can be duplicates, or not.
Right.
And then that's your strategy. Or you can say, okay, my strategy is going to be I'm going for the collector's edition, special edition, baby. Let's go.
I have to burn them all at the same time.
I got to point out that the if you look at the pricing of the crates, we've got the 6 collectible crates and we have the 20 collectible crates. So, the 6 is 5, right? $5, and this one's 25. So you'd automatically think, well, geez, it just makes sense to buy a bunch more of the small crates because, you get more, right, for your money. But the thing is that the way that the algorithm works, the bigger crates have a higher chance of more higher rare cards in it. So if your strategy is to go for the epic or the legendary collector's edition, then you're only going to want to be buying big crates. If you're okay with just going with maybe common, uncommon, rare, then maybe you focus on the smaller crates.
Here's what I'm getting from this conversation. I need more wax.
I think William Quigley's on the line. Hey.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I just clarified whatever we are discussing and describing in a short text. You can find it in the chat down next to Corey. And also you can go to uplift.art. There's just an update on that website where you can find all this information and digest it in your own time, in text, with graphics and everything, very well described and put together. So that is great. And we have actually answered a lot of questions already that we had from the community, which is great. But we have more. And before we go into that, there's one question. I'm not sure if you can answer this or we actually have to take Jonah for this. To burn all 25, how do you do that?
It'll all be outlined on the uplift.art website. But what happens is that, in a nutshell, there'll be 4 different links, right? One to purchase crates, one to upgrade. There's one to also see which cards you're missing to complete, a series link. So it'll all be really well outlined and organized by the time of the event comes, to where it'll be just kind of self-explanatory. But all of the mechanics actually happens on Atomic Hub, even though you're going to uplift.art as the doorway in.
Yeah, and this is important because if you go into inventory, if you press more on any NFT, you have this burn. That's not what you're gonna use. You're gonna use some kind of action through this link. So you go to this interface, and in that interface you can do this. So people don't go and make a mistake there.
Right. I want to make sure that that's clear. Is that you're going to need to follow, Uplift Art, the instructions, 1, 2, 3, step 1, 2, 3, 4, just to make sure that you do it correctly. But yeah, if you're in Atomic Hub and you're just in your own individual inventory, and you click the more button and you see at the bottom the burn feature, stay away from that. That's not what you want. You want to go through the correct doorway, which is uplift.art.
And on Sunday, when this goes live, and it goes live 6 p.m. in Sweden, and it goes live 12 p.m. in the American time.
12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 15th.
Yeah, and we will have a live show when that happens, and it will start before it goes live. And during that live show, we will go through all the steps of this, so we can explain how you get the packs, what steps you need to take, where you can burn the assets, all of this, so you can prepare. So just join that and have a chance, and we go through everything. So that will be given to you, and just go to this channel and you will find it. Follow Uplift Art on Twitter. Go to the Telegram channel, Uplift Art, and everything, and you will be updated.
Yeah, and something really important to communicate is that, we've been giving away these community crates, right? And people have been loving them, and it's been a really beautiful thing unfolding, and a community growing around it too. This November 15th drop, we're also going to have a bag of crates that are going to be given away to active community members that, just bring sunshine, right? They bring value to the ecosystem. So we're going to be having giveaways as well from the November 15th I'm Not the Bubble drop as well. Just join the Telegram group if you haven't already, because more details will come on that, and how you receive these I'm Not the Bubble drops as well.
Yeah, and we keep track of all the people that are contributing in the communities, both on Twitter and on Telegram. So
yes,
we
good. Know who you are
in a good way.
Watching.
And thank you. No, thank you. It's really humbling, and just I couldn't be more honored and thrilled to be a part of this growing, young, passionate community. Just I've met so many wonderful people in just a short amount of time that are just sincere. I mean, there's one gentleman in our community. His name, he says that I could communicate this. He goes by Ballas Nell, and he sent me videos and audio. He works in a hospital in South Africa, and he has basically gotten his whole crew to get excited about this drop. He's been helping them open up wax accounts. He's been helping them, show them how to buy wax to get ready for this Uplift event on the 15th. He's shown me pictures of his crew and pictures of their laptops with their wax. And, it's just a beautiful thing. And he's just so sincere and truly just wants to be a part of something that is centered on goodness, right? Good intentions, and just a win-win-win. And that's our mantra, because it's possible to have this type of organization because of blockchain, because of smart contracts, because of NFTs, because of Jonah and the Pink Network, and Atomic Hub and assets. We have the capability of generating revenue to where everybody can win. There's no reason why everyone can't win now. It's mathematically possible. So let's do it. And we're doing it.
Yeah, exactly, and it's beautiful. It's all, I use that word a lot in this context, but I really mean it. It's a beautiful thing. So you are onboarding new people. They are getting their Wax wallets. They are getting excited about this. They are being taught how to use the blockchain, why to use it, and participate. And we have the cloud wallet, which makes it kind of easy to do this, which is great. And okay, one of the questions we have. Let's take this one first before I go to the next one. Do you have any open plans or something to use some kind of students or artists that are struggling financially to bring them on, not well-known artists, and kind of help them in some way? Do you have any plans there?
Yeah, we're all options are on the table, right? I mean, ultimately, we want to support the artist community, give them tools and opportunity to be able to grow their personal brands, and also reward them in meaningful ways. But yeah, I mean, they're coming in early 2021. I can't give too much away now because it's just not time, right? But there's something coming that's going to uplift in a meaningful way, to where we're going to be able to help even more people in more meaningful ways. So eventually there's going to be a mechanism for these talented unknown artists, right, to be able to showcase them and bring them into the light if they want, right, and to hopefully uplift them and their surrounding community in a very meaningful way. So yes, that is definitely on the horizon.
That is good. We have one question, and this is not really uplift art, but it's NFTs related, and this is a guy from India, and in his community people don't really know NFTs, and where can they find the information about this in their own language and their own tone? And what I just want to mention there is a Wax chat for the Indian community, and I couldn't find it right now. I know, yeah, I could actually. I will link it in the chat if anyone is interested. It's wax_in, so it's pretty easy to find it. And there are more communities in other languages for people that need it. In my case, in Sweden, most people are good at English, and it's kind of it's easy to digest. But that's a good question, and we actually have one guy in the chat that made an uplift video in Spanish, in Jingo. I probably pronounce his name wrong, but there are information on uplift in Spanish as well, and on English. And I don't know if we have more languages right now than English and Spanish.
Yeah, well, also regarding the NFT, what is an NFT? Thankfully to you did a great article on what is an NFT, and I did a video earlier today and uploaded it to MBlue Crypto, which is a 30-second explainer video of what an NFT is that was only 8 minutes long. So the intention was 30 seconds, but you got 8 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in there, though, to be fair.
Maybe I wasn't speaking fast enough, but
No,
I'm gonna redo that bad boy here once I get some time and see if I can get it down to 2 minutes.
Yeah, and making short videos are difficult. And if anyone wants to find that article, anyobservation.medium.io, is it medium.com?
Yeah. And I linked it in the video description too.
Yeah, so MBlue Crypto, you can find it. So, okay, we have a few questions on roadmap, and I'm not sure how much you can talk about that for the future launches and everything, but is there any kind of public roadmap, any kind of information we can find?
No, not yet, but we are working on it. And we've got a list that's like this long, right, of potentials. But, when I did the first NFT music video, My Bitcoin Bull V, which you can find on Atomic Hub, my whole intention was this was I'm a doer, right? I can do a lot of things. What's the adage? I'm a I'm a handyman of many things, but a master of none. I can't remember what that phrase was. But
Jack of all trades. And
yeah, I'm a jack of
none.
all trades, a master of none, right? So I can do a lot of different crazy things. So, doing music forever and, dabbling with digital media forever, loving NFTs. I said, well, damn it, man, they're putting sound on these NFTs on Ethereum. So, you can, months ago, I some of these NFTs have like a 15-second piano part accompanying the RPs. And I go, well, why can't we just do a full-length music video like this? And so I searched around and, see if there's any, and God, nobody's done that yet. So damn it, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be the first one to put a full length music video as an NFT, which we did. We accomplished that. So it was, a lot of hurrying up. Right. And so I wrote it, produced it, got it out there. We did an auction. It was very successful. But my whole intention of that was, this is good. This is a proof of concept. Let's see how it works. Let's see how the community supports it or not. Fortunately, I got a warm welcome and reception from it. So then I started thinking, okay, this is just blue proof of concept, trying to work things out and see if it works. And it did. So the next level was, okay, let's do a drop, right? But I've always wanted to work with artists better than myself. Like I've got something to present to other artists and say, hey, look what I did, right? Imagine if this was you, right? And so that's when Corey comes along and I hear him do a version of My Bitcoin Bull remix. So I've got the My Bitcoin Bull, then I've got a My Bitcoin Bull remix. It's called the MBB remix. And he did a remix to the remix. Well, he played guitar and sang to it, sent me those, and I was going, holy shit, this guy can sing. And so I got inspired. So he totally inspired me. I produced the track around him, and I just loved the results of it. And just produced a massive amount of art because I was just in this creative, inspired flow state, right? But always with the vision of proof of concept. I'm going to show that this works and this model works, this win-win-win model works. And then I'm going to take this body of evidence and I'm going to go to the badass artists of the world and musicians of the world and go, hey, look what can be done. Look, I did it. I proved it, right? Little old me, right? Imagine you doing this, right? With your badass work, right? And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. You're going to have so much fun doing this. So that's the vision, right? It's never centered around, hey, look at how good my music is or how good my art is. It's about, hey, look what can be done, guys. Look how high can we take this, right? That's the vision, is how high can we take this? Who can we attract? Who can we put in the artist's seat and just take it to their audience of millions of fans?
Yeah, like next up, Radiohead's like, yeah, no, this is a really good idea. We should totally do this. And we want Corey to play on one of the tracks. That part's not going to happen, but oh my goodness. I am here for that.
Dude, I got to tell you something. First of all, okay, because I'm a singer-songwriter, right? I love Corey's voice. I mean, he's got this soul. He's just magic, right? And then we're talking. My wife is a poet, right? She's written this book called Love. It'll come to me in a second. She's gonna shoot me for not remembering the name of it. But anyways, she's got these 21 beautiful poems. It's all centered around love. It's actually centered on our love story. Uh-huh. And I said, oh my God, we're going to take that poetry book and we're going to create it into musical poetry art. And we'll have some songs. She goes, hey, do you think you can send Corey like one of the poems and see if he can make a song out of it? Because I just love his voice. I'm like, well, what about me?
Yeah. So
but then I go, yeah, I know. I agree.
I'm completely game, but yes, you should totally take first crack at that. I can just do some backup vocals. That's fine.
No, you and I are going to do a duet.
Yeah, no, I like that idea. I like that idea. It's just if it's a love song to your wife, that might get a tad awkward.
And you got great harmonies. You can be the girl.
All right, yeah, all right.
Corey can sing the girl voice in the song, but
yeah, dude, I'm not even gonna front. I am entirely okay with that.
we want to hear this collab, but right now we want to go back to some more questions.
Right.
So one of them: what will happen if all crates does not sell out in whatever time frame? What happens?
Well, there's really no time frame. So yeah, I guess the sale just continues. Yeah, but they'll sell out. They're come on, they're hot as pancakes. I mean, you can do stuff. Okay, think about it. This is the first NFT drop that's full of pre-mints, that has these, several options to play it, right? You can just buy and sit back and just watch the burn, right? While you're laughing, right? Hey, look at how hard they're working. I got mine, right? Or you can play the game. You can burn, and end up with a special edition extended V2. And watch as this happens is, who knows, half of the supply or more could get burned away, which will make the whole ecosystem more rare.
It's gonna be
right?
weird. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And because we don't know, right? We don't know how this, but we do know that things are going to get burned, which is going to make everything more rare.
Yeah.
And massacre incoming.
For anyone that hasn't participated in a sale of NFTs, opening crates is way more exciting than one thinks it is.
It really is. It shouldn't be. You're just clicking a button, but it totally is.
Yeah. And especially when you start to actually put some of them on market, even if you want to collect them and keep them. If you see something that you open a pack, you list it, and you get some wax back, and then you use that and buy another one that you don't have because you had duplicates, and then you go and play like this. It's very very fulfilling in some way. It can really pull you in deep. We have
That's a lot of fun.
One guy that actually asked a lot of questions. I will try to list them. First, why did you create community crates? That is the first one. And before you answer also, why did you choose Haitian Roots? You answered that before, but is that something that you will always use Haitian Roots, or will it change to open up for other charities? You kind of said that before also, but just to clarify. And last question he has here is, can he get more crates?
Yes, and yes. Okay, next question. No. Okay, so the first question was why community crates?
Yeah.
And the reason why for community crates is, one, we were introducing a new model to the NFT ecosystem. This whole, everything up till now has been packs, and they've worked in a certain kind of way, right? So we wanted one to the community to understand how the model works, how the upgrade mechanics worked, also to grow the awareness and grow the community through an incentive model, and also just to enable the technology, right? Because we learn things as these go out, and we understand things more on a deeper level that can also make kind of iterations to the November 15th drop. So through this observation, we were able to take notes and get ideas and insights onto how to even make the 15th drop even more special and powerful. The next question is why Haitian Roots? And we kind of went through that earlier, but in a nutshell, it's one of many charities that we will work with in the future. In the future, I hope it to be a community vetted and supported charity that everybody says, bam, let's do this drop for this community. Or maybe it's the artists who are working with us have a say in that. But it needs to be a charity that's vetted by the community, and there's a good feeling about it. Haitian Roots, just because I personally have an experience with them and Cheryl Moyes. I've given money to them. I've seen it in action. So I just know that it's legit. So as a kind of a first push into the ecosystem, let's just go with a known entity that really needs the funds. It's a desperate need for these children. So I can totally get on board with that passionately, which I think is important. And we'll probably work, we're going to get a feedback loop mechanism from Haitian Roots. They're going to give us updates. They're going to give us insights in how things developed. Or they're going to write a press release. So we'll also look at that as a community and say, hey, were we fulfilled as a community with that feedback loop? Do we feel like we're part of that program? Do we feel like that we as a community supported that, right? And so this will be important as we grow too, and put more metrics and processes in places on how we want to work with these charities in the future. And also just to kind of make it clear, these aren't donations. This is like a bake sale. We're raising funds for a specific cause that's being given to this 501c3 entity. In this case, it's HaitianRoots.com. The third question was,
can you get more crates?
The community crates, those are given out. You go to the Uplift Art Telegram channel, or Twitter, and you just start sharing your sunshine, sharing your story, sharing value, communicating what we're doing to your community and bringing that to fruition and observation within the Telegram channel. We're really just, we're dropping these crates to people that we feel are passionate and sincere about this. And we're trying to reward people that are just really trying to help us build this community and spread awareness. So, crates are pretty easy to get. Just add your superpower, whatever that. Everybody has their gift. Just add your gift to the Uplift Art ecosystem. You'll be rewarded. We're going to be doing that also with the November 15th drop. We're going to have a batch of giveaways as well for those high valued community members. And we're keeping a list and we're checking it twice.
Yeah, and since I'm well aware of this, there are a lot of crates put aside for giving out on Twitter. If you participate in some of the things, I could say that if you use the hashtag the mint sprint, that might be a good idea. Also, Bad Crypto Podcast in the live chat says that they are also the guys behind the Blockchain Hero collection. They say that M Blue is a blockchain hero, and I think that is worth sharing as well. We have one guy or girl, I don't know. How can I bring value to this project? And I put him into the Telegram chat, but perhaps you can also, if there is someone, one obvious way is that everything that is shared, the smallest thing you can do is like, comment, share, subscribe to the content, because that helps reach more people. These metrics are very important, and that is free for everyone, and that is easy to do. The other thing, M-Blue can say how people can contribute.
Well, it's basically just being engaged, right, with the community, and just sharing you, right, and I'm calling the community the uplifters, right, and I'm a fairly cheesy guy. I just love cheese. I love pouring on the cheese, and uplift art isn't necessarily about puppies and rainbows, right? The uplift really is more in reference to the communities that we'll be able to uplift out of their current situation, right? That's where the uplift comes in. Now, the puppies and rainbows doesn't necessarily apply to the art itself, right? It's just whatever's meaningful to you and what's beautiful. But coming into the uplift art community and just sharing who you are, your story, what's meaningful to you. Maybe it's even charities that you'd like to support, sharing, liking. For example, we've got our first Uplift Hero Award that went out a few days ago, and I sent them mint number 1 of a crate, right? So the question is, because he shared a deep, touching story to me, and why this means something to him, and it actually brought tears to my eyes. So I go, this guy publicly put himself out there. He's a hero in my mind. And so we created this Uplift Hero Award, and I sent him a mint #1 crate. Now the problem with that is that now he's sitting on this because he really wants one of those mythics, right? And he goes, there could be a mythic in there, right? But do I want to destroy it, a mint #1 crate, with the hopes of getting a mythic? Because the odds of the mythic being in there is small, but the odds of it being a #1 mint crate is 100%. So it's like, what do I do, right? So I don't know.
My suggestion would be get another crate and open.
Yeah.
And that is kind of actually very important. And we have one way that you can contribute I haven't spoken to Michael about this at all. I'm just taking this from my own view. I don't know if he would agree to something like that. So this is good. I put him at the spot here. But if you go to a community that is of great need, let's say anywhere where people need help in some way, they don't have water, they don't have food, they don't have school, education, no road, any place, and you activate folks, perhaps kids, perhaps artists in some way, you make them create art, you have this concept, you give it to Michael. I'm sure that he would love to do something with it, with Uplift Art, and you buy this, he can actually sell this in some way, and that will give money to the people that created this, and that will be beautiful, because then the artists get the money in the place they need it, and the money goes to charities as well.
Yeah. Hey, well said, because I would love that to happen. Because here's the thing, Corey and I can crank out hit after hit. With his voice and my producing skills.
If before the new version of Wildflowers, I would have been like, maybe, but now, yep, that's just true.
So if we had a community member or members that could curate art from, maybe it's an art school or some school, some community, like even in Haiti, there's just tons of beautiful artists there. So it would be so great to have a Dropbox full of this community's art, right? I could produce a music video with that art to, music that Corey and I produce, and then we can release that in a number of different ways to the community, either through gifting or auctions, or, there's various mechanisms to where we could either raise funds for that community. I mean, it's endless. I mean, just, give us the art, give us the opportunity, and we'll make something meaningful happen.
And if someone wants to do that and has this, I already know all these people, I'm already working with that, how do they contact you or someone in your team? What's the best way?
Well, I would say jump into the Telegram channel. That's pretty lit up, and somebody is always in there. You can always find me in Telegram and, DM me if you want. I'm on Twitter, mblue crypto, no E on blue, YouTube, but I'd say Twitter. I'd say Telegram is the best way to get a hold of me personally.
Yeah, and the Telegram channel is linked in the chat a few times, and it's just Uplift Art on Telegram, and you can find it on their website, uplift.art. There's many ways to get there. If you want to find it, you will find it.
And through the website too, uplift.art, and certainly subscribe for notifications. Sorry about that. There's so many ways that we're going to, and again, I'm going to emphasize a win-win-win here, right? Because we're engineering, everything we do is how can all these aspects win, and the community is one of those three pillars. So we're gonna be giving random airdrops of goodness out regularly. there's certain things that we can target. There's assets in your account from Uplift Art that we can target and drop random NFTs to you that are, our goal isn't to inundate the space with just, a plethora of NFTs junk, right? We want meaningful, limited edition pieces that make people cry, right? Like good stuff. And if you're part of the community, you're going to have many opportunities to receive these random drops of goodness in one fashion or another. I mean, it's a win-win-win, and I want this community to thrive in a meaningful way to where they just keep helping us charge forward and build this bad boy so we do maximum goodness.
Yeah. Nothing to add there, right? And I actually feel like, okay, we had one question. We had actually a few questions on the community craze. People need to understand that they are a separate release. They are a different collection of NFTs. They are for the community. They will be used in the future in events. The assets will be used in a different way. They are not part of the 15th sale. They're not part of the 15th mint sprint, not the burn mechanism. Yeah.
Well, they are connected in the way that they are the same theme. There are variations of the assets and collectibles that are in the 15th drop, but that the community promo drop is its own thing. It's actually the first Genesis drop of its type. So there's going to be ongoing opportunities just from these crates and what's inside the crates for the future. The first opportunity will be in December, but this being the first Genesis crate drop from Uplift Art, it's meaningful to be part of this from this time going out forward. And also to state that those who gain the collector's edition at the top of the 15th drop, everybody, it doesn't matter if you're the first or the 100th in through the door. If you own a collector's edition, then that is the genesis for the first drop mechanism for Uplift Art, right? That is going to be another valuable key. And I don't know if I want to say the word valuable, so let me backtrack that because that may get me in hot water. So it's not valuable, but let's just say it's a magnet for random drops of goodness in the future, meaning if that collector's edition is in your wallet, we can target those assets and drop limited edition collectibles to you in the future. And so these will be ongoing things throughout time.
So there is some kind of utility to a few, and actually those that had the first Genesis ones, that was the Serpent and the Wolf and the Bitcoin Bull, if you had those two, you actually got the community crate dropped last week.
Right, and so those two will always be Genesis NFTs as well. So that's always that's another way to have a magnet. Another way to have a magnet is by holding the collector's editions cards.
And talking about the bull, Corey, do you still hold number 2?
Yeah, I put that up for $1 million wax, and I'm not taking it down.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
If somebody wants to give me $1 million wax for it, I mean, it's up for sale right now.
Yeah, and the number 1 mint is I think is 1 wax less just for fun.
I think I put mine up for. Yep.
But it's all good, and I actually think I think I will share my screen and I will do something, and we can open one supporter crate just to show how it works, how it looks, and everything. So let me see if I can actually organize this at once. So first I will just pull this to the right place, and then I should do that. Yes, people can see it, and soon I will also share a screen so you can also see it. It will, so everyone can participate and see what is happening. So now everyone can see what is happening here. So this is on Atomic Hub. Yeah, you can still see. If I go to my inventory, so I have my inventory. You can find your collection. If you're new here, you probably don't have this large list. You will only see what you have. You can see some NFTs here, but you can also see a crate. So the first way to find the unbox, the place to unbox, and this will be the same for the next crate. You have this more here. You can use this unbox feature here. You can also find this on the uplift.art website, so you can find it directly, or you can go to the asset and you will find this unbox button here. So very, very easy to do. If I just scroll down here, you will see that I have one pack right now. Estimated value is 750 wax, and that is because one has been sold so far for that value. That doesn't mean that this will sell for the same, it's just that the average value of the last sales is this, and currently, if we go back into this one, I can go down and see there's been one sale of this for 750 wax. So I will go here, I will hit unbox, and I can hit this, and let's see if everything works with my wallet. I haven't used it for a day, yeah. Here, if I move it, it starts to shake.
The anticipation.
And then I get the pop-up that I need to sign, and this is just, are you sure that you want to do it? And yeah, I ask it. I think it's because I haven't used my wallet for a while. Just remove this. Let's see if it works now. I should probably check it up if my cash was still good for this wallet, or if I had an error right now. And the error, if I have an error, that is beautiful, and it's my own fault. Let's see what happened if I got it. So yeah, it's open. It's an anti-climax. I should actually find we should find a new box, right? Because this was open and it glitched.
Do you want me to send you one?
Yeah, do it. I don't have the other one right now.
Okay. Let me see.
That is not something for Atomic Assets. That is not something for Uplift Art. What's happened is that sometimes when you're logged into this wallet for a long time, the first transactions fail and something happened there. So I'm in my wallet.
Do you want to type your into Telegram? Do you want to message me your account address so I can just copy it?
Yeah. Don't send me your mint number 1 though. No, that's gone. Mint number 2, I don't want that either.
Okay.
You can send it to me if you want.
Yeah. And
there we go. It's on its way.
Perfect. Yeah, see, it's already here. Wax is fast. So let's hope this one works better now. And there should be, you see here, I have this unclaimed pack, so I can actually go here and hit. Oh, I actually get to see it. Now I scammed you for a pack. That's good. Let's see if it works, or if my wallet is wrong and I have to log in and out from my wallet, perhaps. Is that the case? Doesn't it? It might. Yeah, I think the cloud wallet is messing with me. That is beautiful. Michael, do you want to share screen and do it?
Let me.
I could do one on mine too if you want.
Yeah, do it. Something is wrong with my wallet right now.
No problem. Got you. I got you. All right. All right. It's actually on my. I actually set up a link and threw it in the comments for giving somebody a box. So there you go.
Nice.
For my inventory. I actually got a few left. They've been going like hotcakes to people that are resharing stuff. But let's go over here to one. Hit the unbox button. All right. So yeah, I just have the community crate, not the sport. Cool.
Did you share your audio when you were sharing your screen?
I did, because I know what happens and I like it. I believe.
Let's see if your wallet is better than mine.
Bam! Cross fingers. Yeah. I'd never even heard that one before.
Oh, you got 3 of 1. What?
What is happening? I was only supposed to get 3 and I got 6.
Yeah, you opened a supporter one.
You opened a double crate.
Oh, I didn't even know I had those.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So now if this was the November 15th drop, then you would have welcomed those duplicates because you can upgrade those.
Yes.
But we'll have a burn upgrade for these in December. So yeah, don't be shy about keeping your.
Oh, that is the supporter drop. I didn't realize I had those. Well, good thing I wasn't giving those away.
Yeah, we got a few to give away, huh?
Yeah,
someone
sent him a few.
I've got a few. I got a few people to give them to too. So that's cool.
Sweet.
But again, like if you share this out, if you tag me on Twitter at Corey Cottrell, or if you post stuff on Chirp, I'm telling you right now, if you post stuff on Chirp like a bunch, chances are you might pick up one of these supporter crates. So anyway, yeah, like that unboxing experience is actually an experience. Stuff happens. You're there for it.
Well, have you seen the animation for the November 15th launch?
No.
Should we show everybody?
Yes.
Do you want to, Anders, or should we keep it as a surprise? I shared it in the Telegram channel already.
Okay, let me pull it up and prepare.
No,
it.
here I gave you the wrong one. There we
go.
I'm giving away one of these NFTs.
There we go. This is it here. You know, and Dropbox streaming really sucks, so you may want to.
I will pull it down. It always freezes. Always. I don't know why.
But this is one. There's going to be another animation as well, but this is just the one that I'm showing so far.
Let me share this so you can see it at the same time. And it's a short one, so let's watch it twice, right? So here it is. Nice. Let's do it one more time.
That's beautiful, man. I think your players.
I believe.
Yeah, it's a very, very nice one, right?
It's epic.
Yeah, it's really well. And actually, while we're doing this, I just logged in and out from my cloud wallet and it works. So I claimed it. So people probably heard it while you were talking. They heard my animation, and that was because I just tested it, to claim the unclaimed ones. So that's good. And what I actually got is pretty much the same NFTs, but other mint numbers that you got, Corey. I got 3 of the same one also. So that's interesting. So we have been on this for a long time. Do we have any more questions that we should go right now? We have 2 more days until the sale is on. We will do a live show on the 15th. Is there anything else we should let people know?
You can go to Nudex and sell whatever crap coins you have, like I did, and buy wax and get ready for it. That's
not financial recommendation or whatever.
No. Hey, just like straight up, that was financial advice. That's not even gonna lie. Just saying that was solid financial advice.
I would call it fun advice.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, it really is more fun than anything. Like, I think taking part in this, and obviously, like, supporting the charity, and supporting the arts is like a bit of it. But I think like the fun and the energy behind this, I think it's going to be well worth participating in for sure.
Yeah.
Entertainment purposes only, folks.
Yes, for sure. Not financial advice. Sorry, I got something in my eye.
Yeah, it's funny that we live in a world to where we just don't really have a whole lot of personal responsibility. Like, we have to put these disclaimers, right? I mean, aren't we all adults here? Do we really need to censor and put all these?
Not to be that guy, but it's your fault being American. I think isn't it like 80% of the world's lawyers are in America? So
wow.
Yeah. They're all politicians,
right? We can just muzzle the SEC and just carry on about our bad selves.
And as we go out, I will just show something on screen. You guys will not be able to see it. I will show a wheel and people can see it. And this wheel is a 50 account names on Twitter that after this I will record, and I will do some pulling and send out some community and supporter crates to people that has been active on the Twitter channel. So yeah, Twitter giveaway will happen as soon as we are ready here.
Beautiful. Thank you, Anders. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks you all for watching, and man, let's have some fun on Sunday. I mean, it's really fun to do this. So
should we announce that we're going to be doing a live stream right as that kicks off?
Yeah, we will start a little bit before the show to explain all the details and everything, and then we will go, and there might be a lot of familiar faces coming for that.
Fantastic.
And Anders and I will be like riding the shotgun button to see if we can get Mint 1.
Yes. We'll be, yeah, we're talking on live, but I'm just on this screen all the time. Yeah, it's all good. Thanks you all for coming, and have a great Friday, and a fun weekend.
Thank you, Anders.
Thanks, Anders. You're awesome, man.
Peace.